Welcome back for Chapter 8. I'm Lloyd Dobler. This is the Tao of Lloyd. If you're new here, each episode I read a chapter from the Tao Te Ching and try to find in its timeless wisdom a way forward through the Trump era. And as we prepare to meditate and let the wisdom of Chapter 8 of the Tao soak into us, it's useful to acknowledge that your mind, if it is anything like mine, might be racing with some thoughts. Well, I can't read your mind, but this is the caffeine-fueled inner monologue racing through my head right now. The illusion is that change takes time. The illusion is that change takes time. I remember hearing Alan Watts saying something like this, and I first heard it right after that plane ride to London with Diane in the late 1980s, and the moment I realized it, I'd walked right out of the movie. Wandering Soho at dawn, a deleted scene still trying to find its plot, and Alan Watts in my Walkman headphones on the B-side of a cassette that some dude who looked suspiciously like an older version of me gave me, was saying that change doesn't take time at all. It takes alignment. That you don't become the new version of yourself, you just tune into it, like switching frequencies on a busted old radio. Now, if that sounds like quantum physics to you, the kind of many worlds thing where every possible version of you is out there living its own weird life, that's what it sounds like to me too. Although I confess, I'm awful at the sciences and the maths, and I feel this concept in my bones way deeper than I feel like I can explain it to you in words. And yet here I am trying to explain it to you in words. It's the same idea behind the movie Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Every choice splinters reality. Every regret is another life that you didn't live. Every moment is a chance to listen to the version of yourself who already figured it out. And that's basically how you're hearing me now. Because somewhere in the multiverse, Lloyd Dobler didn't stay trapped inside a late 1980s movie. I bounced out through the hole in the everything bagel and landed here, on this side of your headphones, wherever you are in the world right now, intersecting with the world that you, dear listener, perceive as real. So if you, like me, are wondering what to do next, maybe just get quiet enough to hear the version of you that's already out there, waiting. The version of you that has been calling you home the whole time. And with that, let it go. Let's dive into the reading. This is Chapter 8 of the Tao Te Ching. The supreme good is like water, which nourishes all things without trying to. It is content with the low places that people disdain. Thus it is like the Tao. In dwelling, live close to the ground. In thinking, keep to the simple. In conflict, be fair and generous. In governing, don't try to control. In work, do what you enjoy. In family life, be completely present. When you are content to be simply yourself and don't compare or compete, everybody will respect you. And that concludes Chapter 8 of the Tao Te Ching. If Chapter 7 was about becoming spacious enough to hold the whole world, Chapter 8 is about the ubiquity and the power of water. I can't think about water without hearing Bruce Lee whispering in my ear and saying, "Empty your mind, be formless, shapeless, like water. You put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put water into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend." See, our bodies are something like 60% water, and yet we keep cosplaying as if we're solid. We keep trying to stand our ground in a system that's melting glaciers for profit. And it has me wondering, is that stability or just evaporation with really good posture? A quick story. Back in late 2016, December of 2016, right after Trump somehow won that first time, but before he actually moved into the White House, I found myself at Standing Rock, North Dakota, snow, wind, prayer. I had a National Lawyers Guild number sharpied on my forearm and a head full of crazy ideas. Like a lot of people there, I told myself I was ready to be arrested or worse for standing with the Sioux to stop an oil company from drilling a pipeline under the Missouri River. The rallying cry of this months-long encampment protest, the mantra was Mini Wakoni. Translated, water is life. But if I'm being honest with you, I went there with a full-blown white savior fantasy. Not cool. But I did. I saw the headline already. Unarmed protester Lloyd Dobler takes rubber bullet to the chest. I'd be the viral image that stopped the pipeline, restored the treaty rights, jump-started reparations, and maybe, if the algorithm was feeling generous, topples fascism before Inauguration Day. In my mind, Rachel Maddow's people were already DMing me for an exclusive. And after I died, I thought they'd put me on a fucking postage stamp. I would be history book material. And like most of my secret plans, this was grand, delusional, and thankfully it didn't happen. Somewhere deep down, I knew that it reeked of imperialist hubris. And so I told nobody. Until now, when I'm telling you. At the orientation at Standing Rock, all of us had to attend. A Native American leader stood before us and said that everything that happens here is a prayer. It may look like cooking, it may look like cleaning, it may look like building, but it's a prayer. The prayer, he told us, has one objective: protect the water. If you are not here to be prayerful, if you are not here to protect the water, you are in the wrong place, and I'm asking you now to leave. If you are here to protect the water, we're grateful. And then he looked around, really looked at the overwhelming group of white allies and wannabe allies and said, if you're not here to be prayerful, you're in the wrong place. If you're here to be prayerful, we welcome you and we thank you. But be advised, there will be no parade in your honor. This isn't Dances with Wolves, and you are not Kevin Costner. And that is the moment that the water finally started to get through my skull and into my soul or whatever. That was almost 10 years ago, I guess. The Tao says, be like water. But nobody tells you how weird that actually feels, because water doesn't win. It doesn't conquer. It doesn't even stay put. It's the world's greatest escape artist, always looking for the low ground, the overlooked place, the crack in the empire's armor. That's what I'm practicing. Learning how to stay liquid in a country obsessed with hard takes and hot takes and whatever it takes. So go ahead and hit me. I won't hit back. I'll fucking ripple. Go ahead and build a pillar to upload and up, keep and underpin your fascism. I'll seep in the cracks, patient, formless, laughing, starting to tear down those pillars, because water always gets in. It's the softest thing that can wear down the hardest thing. Don't believe me? Take a look at the Grand fucking Canyon. Maybe that's the playbook for surviving and thriving this Trump 2-point error, that people flooding like water. Like Bruce Lee says, maybe you're here to flow, maybe you're here to crash, and maybe you're here, my friend, to be water. From the edge of the empire and the center of the self, this is the Tao of Lloyd. And hey, before you vanish back into the algorithm, pause for just a second. You can help make this podcast sustainable by leaving a 5-star review on your podcast platform of choice, and maybe email a friend a link to this show. Share it. Stay connected at thedaoofloyd.com. And finally, if you got a few bucks to spare, you can support the podcast at patreon.com/daoofloyd. Monthly subscribers get the rolling archive of all 81 Season 2 transcripts as I upload them. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time.